streaming now.
We are running a little test.
We talking about Fuller House this week or no?
Got renewed for a second season. I watched it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Binge, dude.
How do you watch so much TV, dude?
Didn't have much fun this past weekend. And I watched the Netflix series Love as well. Which was really good.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Has everyone watched the pilot episode of Fuller House yet?
No.
Oh, yeah.
That is the most gut-wrenchingly hard to watch episode of TV in my entire life.
I mean, Full House in general was pretty hard to watch.
Oh, we were kids when it came out, so I was like, "Oh, this is awesome."
This was force-fed, like, dude. The
trailer was pure pander. It was terrible.
The rest of the episodes are fine. I've seen a couple more, but that first one,
they have a baseball episode with Hunter Pence. It's awesome.
Who's Hunter Pence?
He's a baseball player for the San Francisco Giants. He used to be on the Phillies. He used to be on the Astros also.
Dude, I just guessed the Phillies. That's pretty badass.
He was traded to the Phillies from the Astros and then signed a free agent deal with the Giants, I believe. He's been with them for a couple years now.
All right, so we're talking about Fuller House on here because it's been adapted from Full House. Welcome to Adapted, everybody. I'm your host, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
All right, we're good to start whenever you are, Tristan. I mean, we're live.
All right. Well, welcome to Adapted, episode 65. My name's Tristan. Joining me this week, we've got Jason, Chad, and Sweeter. What's going on, guys?
What's up, everybody?
You guys do some binge watching of Fuller House?
No.
Tristan, the only one.
Is that a bad lead-in?
I don't know whether or not to be impressed with the amount of programming you can put down in a single.
Hey, we only had 4 shows this week. It was a small week.
I know. How many episodes of Fuller House are there?
13.
There were 13, I believe. They're 30
Jessica Jones
episodes.
amount.
Are they all an hour long?
30 minutes.
But here's my question.
Still 6.5 hours.
What do you eat when you're watching Fuller House?
What do I eat?
Yeah, like, do you eat snacks, or is it like you eat like a lunch? Is it like a normal, like you just
What
say...
do you eat when you're watching the
turn
fucking...
on
Like if
episode.
I'm watching like 10 hours of football, like I got like pizza and snacks and stuff. I feel like
we're-
Full House is like such a weird thing to binge watch. Like
We split it up throughout the entire weekend, so we started on Friday.
I thought you like
and
just
finished
sat in
on
a
Sunday.
seat, had a bunch of like a smorgasbord of food around you, and just like did it.
Like if we were like, oh, we're gonna eat lunch on Saturday, let's throw on an episode of Fuller House, and we did.
Oh.
We watched a few more episodes afterwards.
I guess when I binge watch, I just make an event of it. I don't do it very often. Right?
And I also completed a new
binge
show
watch
on
everything.
Netflix, Love, which is not an adaptation, but a new original show on Netflix, which I would highly recommend. Very good. It's from Judd Apatow and a couple other guys associated with the HBO
It looks
series.
pretty good. It looked pretty good from the trailer.
Jillian Jacobs from Community is in it. She's great.
She's the one that's not wearing a bra at all in the trailer, and I was just like, this is uncomfortable for everyone.
Yep, that's her.
All right, 2 minutes in, Tristan, you're welcome.
All right, thank you. Well, let's get into the shows we have been following. One show we're welcoming back this week is Gotham. Introduction to Mr. Freeze. The episode was titled Mr. Freeze. And not only did we get Mr. Freeze, but we also got one of the longest-running Batman villains, Hugo Strange. Before Joker or anything, Hugo Strange was one of the Batman villains out there. And we got introduction of 2 new characters in one episode. So there's that.
So who did you think was the better introduction? Hugo?
You know, after the little tease of Mr. Freeze in the mid-season finale, the winter break, whatever they want to call it, I was like, oh my god, Mr. Freeze is going to be terrible. Yeah. But I actually did not mind Mr. Freeze. The only thing I did not like about him was when they're like, guess how they pronounce his last name, Fries, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
Freeze.
Freeze. It was Freeze.
I just thought it was Fries. Victor Fries.
I guess it was okay. Like, it gave him a reason to give him a nickname. Put it all together. I don't know.
You guys like that episode?
As a whole, I thought
it was a good start to come back.
Yeah, I enjoyed.
I was a huge Gotham fan, so like I forgot that we left on that little tease until Tristan just said it, dude. That we left on that little tease of
it was a
like
3-month little hiatus. 3 months.
I know, dude. I hate when they take
3 months.
These crazy breaks.
I was glad they did the little synopsis in the beginning and caught me all up to speed.
Yeah, that was nice.
What's going on in Gotham? It was cool though. I think as a whole, it was a really good episode.
Yeah, and it's kind of a different spin on Hugo Strange, as there's no Batman, obviously. So Hugo Strange, going back to his comic book days and even like animated series, he's a guy that's just absolutely obsessed with Batman, and he tries to figure out who Batman is and everything, and he's like the one person that's actually been able to discover who Batman is. A little bit different in the show, obviously. It is in where he's running the show at what's it called? Indian Hill? Yeah, Indian Hill.
Indian Hill. Wasn't it like a Wayne Enterprises thing?
Yeah, it's part of
Yeah.
Wayne Enterprises, like failed experiments and whatnot. I'm interested to see where they're going to go with him, though I am very scared of how many characters they're going to bring back. Like, I saw the, what's her name, Jada Pinkett Smith in the Glass, and like, oh no, please don't
That's the
bring her
biggest
back.
fear, dude.
I think they're just like trolling people, pretending like everyone knows they know how much people hate that character, right? So they're not doing it.
I hope not, but there's still rumors that she's going to return at some point this season.
If she makes like a cameo for like a flashback,
Cameo's
or something,
okay. Cameo's okay.
I'm okay with that.
She
but
killed
if they
the
bring her
first season
back,
of Gotham.
then
Yeah, no, she won't. She won't come back, Tristan. You're good.
So going back to Mr. Freeze, got to talk about the whole freeze effects that they had going on. What do you guys think? Was it a success?
No, the special effects were terrible.
Now that we got Captain Cold to compare it to,
I kept
Oh,
seeing the
it's better
same
than
commercial
that.
of that cop with the gun frozen. I was like, it looked like they wrapped scotch tape around the entire body of the cop for like a weird frozen effect. It was really strange.
I thought it looked good when they did the 360 camera and they spun it around the cop. I thought it looked really cool. But then they did the close-up shot of Mr. Freeze's gun and it had like the particle effects on it. It just looked like a very bad like video game. Like, it was not cool to me. But, I don't know. Comparing it to, like, I don't know. Not as good as The Flash, but The Flash is hit or miss nowadays anyway, so.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is for like a TV show. You know what I'm saying?
The one thing I will say is they're very consistent. Like, they're like Flash sometimes it's like it's really good and then it's really bad. Gotham is just always like in the middle, but it always like matches the tone of the show. Like the special effects didn't like take me out of the scene, whereas sometimes in like definitely in Legends of Tomorrow shit happens and I'm like Oliver Queen shoots a fucking arrow and it's like a sparkler goes off, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
it's a
Or
sparkler
robotic.
that's about
It's a special
fucking
arrow.
100 yards off target.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But like, it's consistent. I think it's cool. Like, it works. Like, I think the visual of the show is so great. I forgot how much I missed it when I was watching it, and I was like, just the scope of the city and like the set design is so good in this. And I watched Legends of Tomorrow right before I watched this, and it was like, man,
Oh, yeah,
Legends of
that's pretty
Tomorrow
bad.
is like a
Their sets
fan
are really
film.
bad.
It's a fan film. It's just a worst piece of shit on TV when it comes to set design compared to this. I love it.
There was a lot going on in this episode besides just introduction of new characters. We got the retread of older characters. There are even some characters that didn't even show up in this episode, like Bruce Wayne and Alfred. But going back into like reintroducing or re-examining like what's furthering the plots of some characters, I have no idea how Gordon got reinstated to the police force.
Just let them go.
It didn't make any sense because even the DA Harvey Dent, I don't know if he's for sure DA already, but Harvey Dent and the Michael Chiklis captain guy, they're both like,
Suspect.
we totally know he's lying. Like they both were in agreement he's lying, but like somehow he's back on the force.
I just think they know they don't have enough cops, right? They don't not enough
Right.
cops. Gordon's a good guy. Like they knew whatever his name was bad, and Penguin was going to jail. So like, let him off.
I think they wrote themselves into a corner a little bit in the mid-season finale. They're like, let's just throw him back in the force because that's what we have to do.
Yeah, totally. Like none of us thought he wasn't.
And
gonna be on
continue
the
to
force.
explore the whole like Gordon is a dark cop and corrupt cop and all that stuff.
That's where the
Killing
show's at its
people
best.
left and right.
Yeah, I love it. He's a sociopath.
I like the corruption going down.
Yeah, this show's fun. I like this show a lot.
I don't totally get why Penguin agreed with Gordon's story though.
Penguin owed him one.
Yeah.
Like I think
It's really hard to keep track of how much they owe each other.
Yeah.
It's
a
always
lot of,
like, you owe me, you owe me, you owe me.
I think a lot of our confusion is like just that fucking 3-month break, dude. Why did it take off for so long, man?
Right.
I
There
was
was so
actually
much
going to
shit
fire
going
up
on.
one of the old episodes on Hulu because I was like, what happened in the last 2 episodes? Just to like get the facts of like, okay, Penguin did this and Gordon did that, and who owes who, and because it was messy.
It was really
Reintroducing all
messy.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot going on with Butchie.
Oh yeah.
And
What was that where she's like
And
grinding
Butch
her sword?
is totally a sidekick kind of guy, throwing him in as like the new king of Gotham. I don't know. I kind of like him more as a sidekick.
Oh, he didn't
Just
have
the
a
guy
problem
just-
killing.
I
Well-
did like his new drill bit though.
The drill bit is really cool. Yeah, I wonder how long that's gonna last as him as
Very odd to just team him up with Tabitha, who has tortured him in the past, and
Right.
They're going somewhere weird with that, I'm sure.
yeah.
They're just teasing us right now.
And then
He's
we've
got
got,
Stockholm syndrome right now.
Yeah.
I suppose, he's been tortured by many people,
Yeah, basically everyone he works for tortures him.
and
Like
then
his
he's
thing.
like, "Oh, I'm the new crime boss in town, the biggest crime boss there is."
Kind of makes him lethal.
Join the club.
I guess.
I thought that
And
the
then-
whole interaction with the Penguin and Enigma was pretty good, man. It's like,
I want to see more of
buddy?
it because that's what the show is. Enigma and Penguin and their banter, and that's what the show is. I've accepted that's what Gotham is, and that's how Gotham is actually interesting, of showing those two guys.
That is not what Gotham is. You're just like being crazy right now.
It's the biggest thing that I can actually get attached to, though.
I don't think he means like that the show is them. It's just like that they're the
For
way they
you.
interact
Enjoyable part
is
of the
like the
show.
universe of Gotham.
Yeah, for you, it's like the best
Yeah.
part of the show.
Well, watching this show, like, all right, who do I pull for? I don't want to pull
Hey,
for
I'll
Gordon.
take it, dude. Tristan's been slamming on this show and like
Yeah.
trying to relate it back. Dude,
I'm
take
trying to-
anything
You
Tristan
continuously
can
try to relate it back to being like a Batman show.
Oh, we're past
Yeah.
that. We're past that.
I know we're clearly not past that, but
Every time I watch a new episode of this show, I'm always trying to latch on to something, like cheer for someone, like, oh yeah, Penguin's doing this and something like that. And
Yeah.
Penguin and Riddler teaming up is that for me.
it's so
That's
good. They just have a good chemistry. They're really awesome together.
I want a spin-off.
Just like
The Adventures
Three's
of-
Company or something with those two.
Penguin and Enigma, the early years.
Yeah, there's
what
just a
else?
lot of cool. Do you think Mr. Freeze is a long-term character on the show? I hear rumblings that it's just going to be like a short thing.
Well, I think eventually they're gonna get to the point where, well, like right now he's not really
He's just a guy with a gun.
Yeah, he's just a guy with a freeze gun and trying to figure out how to cure his wife. He's not totally crazy yet, and they even tease with the whole Indian Hills thing. I think they're going to get their hands on him at some point, make him a little crazy and whatever.
Or put him into somewhere that he's gone for a while.
And
Like,
they've shown also in previews for the whole season in that like big bee suit or bomb suit or whatever it's supposed to be, that maybe like might be the containment suit to keep him alive after he suffers whatever accident he'll fall
Yeah, it
into.
looks like you can see, like, when they were showing the previews for next week, that he's in, like, some type of chamber when it's going off.
I would have been okay with him just like making an appearance in this episode and then disappearing for a while. And just
I think these first few episodes are going to be based around him, probably.
yeah, they're kind of like going that way. But
What's a big named character, like, you know, that people can like relate to? Like you hear Mr. Freeze, you're like, oh shit, man, I'm super excited. What's gonna happen? But
That
it's not.
actor that plays him, going into this episode, I was like, there's no way this actor pulls it off, because I've seen him in House of Cards. He's a Secret Service agent in House of Cards. And he's just like a very plain guy. Like his delivery of lines are just like monotone for the most part. But he actually did a decent part throughout this episode. It went from low to high for me throughout the episode.
he was a good Mr. Freeze. It was a good start of it. It's a good origin.
Or fries.
Dude, when they were down in the depths of the Indian Hills, hey, was the guy who pulled out his own eyes and kept saying "See no evil, see no evil"? Is that an actual villain?
I think that was just a crazy person.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I can't handle his Willy Wonka shades, dude. I just keep
You
thinking
don't like
back.
those things?
Oh, dude. I don't mind them, but I just like all instantly. You know how me? I talk about it all the time. I relate things back to weird stuff, dude, and I just go back to Johnny Depp, dude, and Willy Wonka every
hate
time I
Johnny
look
Depp.
at it.
Or at least
So
Willy
goofy,
Wonka.
dude. Why does he have those things again? Because he doesn't want to be found, or is it like part of his gimmick, dude, to have the shades?
You talking about Strange?
Yeah.
The
I don't know.
rose-colored shades? I mean, maybe he
Helps
just
him
needs
see.
them. Yeah. Maybe he's got an eye problem.
Dude, the only thing that I could keep thinking about when Hugo Strange was introduced was, when are him and Neo gonna fight?
That's coming in season 3.
Honestly, how difficult was it? You're like, dude, I'm waiting for this guy to be flipping around on a table against Neo, dude.
Gotta take the blue pill. Going back to Freeze a little, the introduction of Nora, where they explained that she's dying from a condition, didn't go too far exactly what that is.
I mean, she's coughing up blood.
I was a little surprised that she still sided with her husband after she saw all those frozen bodies in the basement.
But do you really think
When
she
she was
sided
lied
with
to.
them?
Well, she was telling the cops the
I
opposite.
think
of
it was a
truth.
coping mechanism.
Maybe.
You side with the ones who love Tristan. You don't think your lady would cover for you?
No.
Oh, wow.
Well,
All right, there you go.
hopefully I'm never in that situation.
Yeah. Yikes.
I was a little surprised we got a scene with Lucius Fox and nothing with Bruce Wayne. And we even got like a little snippet of Selena Kyle for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
No Bruce Wayne, though.
I'm okay with that because they've been teasing this big Bruce Wayne story arc at some point, so we'll get plenty of him as
Better
it
be
goes.
good. Don't
He says
disappoint.
he finds out who kills his parents. That's what they keep saying.
Rumor is that they're conjuring up a mini bat suit. So
Or an
Is that
owl
true?
He's gonna be Owlman.
Is he really?
No.
That'd be cool if he like. Why didn't he ever have like Batman pajamas or something? He should have pulled that off as like a joke.
That would be pretty funny. Well, first episode of the new year for Gotham. What are you guys gonna give it?
I'll toss down a 3 on it. I thought it was a good episode of Gotham. I'm glad I'm back.
slapping it with a 3.
Yeah, just a totally average, cool Gotham.
Slap it around a little.
Where's Sweener going one of these?
I'm gonna go with a 4. I thought it was a good introduction of a lot of characters. I thought it was well done. I thought, we got a little backstory of Freeze. Same with little Hugo Strange. Penguin's back in action, dude. Yeah. Got me excited for the rest of the season. Off to a good start. A world of opportunity in front of us, my friends.
I'm going with a 3. I like the introductions of Freeze, Fries, whatever, and
Mr.
Hugo
Freeze.
Strange. The whole bridge to where we're now with Gordon being in trouble with cops and being kicked off the force and then being brought back to the force and lying to his pregnant lady friend. What's her name? I forget her name. I don't know. But either way, I'm
Yeah.
giving it a 3. Marina Baccarin, whoever character she plays.
Yeah, real life lovers.
They're real life lovers.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
You're waiting for that line, aren't you?
Oh my god.
Dude, I couldn't let
Gotham
this whole
of
segment go
Freeze.
without a Mr. Freeze joke, dude.
I hope he gets in some sort of accident where he has to talk with an accent going forward, like Arnold.
No.
That'd be so great.
No.
I think Arnold was born with that accent.
Oh,
I don't
was
think
he?
he's an
Oh.
actor.
Yeah, it's
I thought it's just acting.
yeah,
No?
he was just doing, that was Arnold doing Arnold.
Oh, crazy. Great
Did
actor.
you score, Chad?
I
give
did
it a
not.
3 too. No?
Oh yeah, 3. Yeah. Holy
You
smokes!
slapped it with a 3.
I was too busy trying to think
Yeah,
of
I'm like, yeah.
Mr. Freeze jokes over here.
All right. And let's get into the roller coaster for me personally that has been The Walking Dead this season. Things are happening in this one, and their world is
Things have
getting a
been
lot
happening
bigger.
in every single episode so far, the second half.
Well, this got a lot bigger though because they finally left the Alexandria and got to the hilltop.
Mm-hmm.
After, thankfully, they got stuck in the mud right in front of the fences of.
Yeah,
the
it's
hilltop.
like Jesus wouldn't have been like, "Hey man, just so you know, it's like right around the corner. You're gonna get."
Why are they
like,
driving the mud?
Maybe
You're
that
gonna
was
have
like
the
a
mud.
thing, right? Like
You're gonna-
And there was a clear road when they left. A
Mm-hmm.
clear, clean fucking
And-
road. Out the
And I
front.
never saw like when Rick was driving that thing going.
I have no idea
And
how they
then
pulled that
fucking
thing
get
out of
the-
there either.
Dude,
The
some of
hilltop
that
doesn't
shit
have a
just-
tow truck or anything.
yeah, those guys are all pussies at the hilltop.
I thought they blew the tranny or something like that. I'm like, oh, time to get underneath there. And then he's
Good
like,
thing we're here to go to the hilltop and
and it's like, dude, when they got out of the fucking bus, Jesus is like, the hilltop. Don't you think as Rick's driving that fucking RV, dude, you'd have seen that big goddamn wall and been like, yo, Jesus, This the place?
Yeah, how do I get in here? Oh, just go in the mud over there.
Just look for the guys with spears. You'll find them.
Yeah. That place is
So I guess spears are like a legitimate weapon now in the zombie apocalypse, huh?
Dude,
anything
spears should have
you
been
can.
viable since day one.
Hey, if dude can walk around with a stick and spin it over his head, dude, I'll take
Right.
a spear.
Yeah,
I
take a
understand
spear,
they're out of ammo, but you think they could still wield a gun and be like, hey, well, freeze. Even if it's not loaded, they could still threaten with a gun.
Yeah, you don't want to be bluffing.
Yeah.
You really want a bullet, or you want some kind of weapon.
I think when I'm seeing a dude down there with AR-15s, some AK-47s, I'm probably
Duck
like,
it.
I don't know why Michonne was like, let me get my katana out too, because I'll just throw it at you.
That's where you bluff, right? You throw a katana, and people are like, "Holy shit, they got a lady with a sword." Like, we should be afraid of them.
I like the opportunity for Rick to get bloody again, to just like open up a guy's neck and just have the blood spew all over himself, though.
And he's like, "What?"
the other thing I wanted to know is, not only did Jesus get untied, he got out of a locked room via apparently the third floor window. Dude, guys, somehow everybody's asleep, yet he managed to get a head count of 54 people, which means he went into everybody's house. The gun cache has always been locked down, so he apparently was just in there.
Surprised he didn't take a gun
All their
also.
food. Guy was pretty fucking busy during the night. Not one fucking sentry saw this guy fucking scampering through every house in town.
See, I don't read the comic, but I thought that was why they called him Jesus, is that he has the abilities to
I
abilities
think they
to
call
do
him
all
Jesus
this
because of
weird
his
stuff.
look. Which, let me focus on his look. I didn't talk about it at all last week because
Perfect.
it didn't bother me so much. But this week,
He sticks out, dude.
it like his as revealed on Talking Dead, he's got hair extensions and a fake beard during all this filming because he was hired a week before.
Is
they
that
started
why his
filming.
beard looks so fucking
Yeah,
weird?
well, the hair was and the beard was throwing me off this entire episode.
The hair was like a horse mane. It was
It
just
looks
like
so
sitting on his
unnatural.
head.
Yeah.
it
And
looks
it
so
had this
unnatural.
weird curl at the. It was like
It
a
bothered
weird
me
hairdo.
so much.
I mean, seriously, if the dude's fucking hair extensions are the biggest thing to bother you in a show, life is good, my friend. Life
Yeah.
is good.
I liked his performance. His performance is great, but
He looks like Jesus. When he's wearing a hat, he looks much better.
I'm
But
glad he has now had the opportunity to grow his beard out and hair, and I'm sure next season's gonna be even better with him. But we'll
Spoiler
have to
alert,
live
Wait,
with
did you
hair
just say
extensions
next
for a
season's
bit.
gonna be better when he has good hair and his own beard?
Yeah, more natural.
If the joke's gonna be
I
on
like
you
the
when it
small
looks
things.
exactly the same.
I don't know. That hair looked ridiculous.
That hair was really fucking weird. That is actually
Wait,
funny.
what's worse? Jesus' hair or Jessica Jones's same outfit every fucking episode?
well.
Jessica Jones's outfit.
Yeah,
Clothes are
hands
clothes,
down.
and if you're trying to make a guy look with long hair and you just throw
Tristan,
hair extensions on it, then
Tristan,
no.
75%.
You just want to bring up Jessica Jones again.
You gotta have it on every
It's like
episode.
fucking Daryl's hair looks stupid every episode.
Yeah.
And
No one cares about that.
are they just trying to go over the top with Daryl every episode now?
Daryl's. I mean,
Is Daryl suddenly in charge? Because he was the one that made all the demands of the hilltop, and
I think it was just Rick like going in the background, right? Like he was just like letting people do their own fucking thing. But man,
And I think
there's,
Rick's finally realized, like, when it comes to making deals, he's not the best.
well, I understand the whole putting Maggie in charge because that's been in the
Okay.
works for a while now.
Sweet.
then-
We brought up Maggie, dude. So let's talk about Maggie.
we were
looked
all
bad.
over the map.
Dude,
Did she lose her makeup?
I don't know.
She's
but here's
pregnant.
the thing.
So
Why in the fuck is Maggie, number one, even going on this trip? Right? Two, why the fuck are Maggie and Glenn going on this trip? Dude, bitch, you're pregnant, man. It's not just you anymore. You got a
she's
baby.
Deanna was grooming her as the new leader.
It's just very important to the story from the comics, so they have to do it, shoehorn it in, whether it makes sense or not. But why did they send the A team? Like they still had all their good team, right? Like what if someone
Oh,
just had a
and-
rocket launcher and blew that van up?
They still
That's what I
haven't
said
even
to Amy,
showed
too. I'm
Carol
like-
at all.
They're taking all the players, dude, on this journey. Like, leave somebody home. Leave someone back
No
at
Carol
base.
whatsoever, by the way.
Well, Carol
that-
had to stay home.
So then what
They
you're
didn't even
saying
show her though.
Yeah.
is, hey, Maggie's going to play a bigger role coming up in the future.
Yes. How does that make you feel?
Not
Like
good.
it's going back to what it was like at the beginning of
You
the
know what
season.
kills me
She
about
might
her?
not.
Her fucking accent. That's what I can't goddamn stand. Her southern accent or whatever the fuck she's doing just drives me batshit crazy.
You don't like her southern
I
accent?
feel like she's trying to. I don't. Does she
Right.
have a real southern accent or not?
No, she's British. She's British.
Yeah, you can tell. Like you can't tell. Rick sometimes doesn't have one, but hers is like this. It's a British person doing a southern accent. It's terrible.
Yeah, Rick's British also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can't tell. Ugh.
Well, the actor that plays him,
No, Rick is actually British.
Andrew Lincoln.
But yeah, dude, it's so annoying with her. She was absolutely no part of the story whatsoever for essentially what was almost the last season, other than just worthlessly always being trapped up on top of a guard tower.
And that was a mistake by the writers. They forgot about her for a while when
They
they
tried
shouldn't
to
have.
make her the number 2 to Deanna, but it just didn't pay off. Like they just let it sink in, and that was where we are now. It's like shoehorned.
And she still played an important role in this episode with the introduction of Gregory and the banter between them and Gregory calling her by the wrong name several times played off perfectly of like showing how much of a jerk that Gregory guy is. And
right.
Yeah,
they did a really great job with that character, like believing like who he should be and what he is. Like that's who Gregory is.
In the real zombie apocalypse, there's no fucking way that man survives, dude. That guy is useless, dude. Their leader.
No, but he's like a good like bullshitter, right?
yeah,
like you
exactly.
would believe
that's,
him.
That's what he's
Like,
great with.
Yeah,
He's a good
Nobody
dude,
believes his
man.
bullshit, dude.
He's not a threatening guy, but as they said, like Negan came to him, they killed a 16-year-old right in front of them, and Gregory gave them half their stuff because that's what he does. Like he finds a way to survive by negotiating a certain way.
it's probably like a car salesman or something.
In that
bullshit.
situation, I'm pretty sure anyone could have done that. Here's
Yeah,
half our
but he's
shit.
the one that was the, you know what, he was in front, right? So like he did it. You see his people that live in this city, they're a bunch of like kind of losers, dude.
slaves,
Living in
dude.
trailers.
Yeah, like they don't know what's going on. So yeah, it was nice to see him get a good fucking stab right in the belly.
It feels like Jesus is in charge of that place, actually.
Jesus is definitely the most powerful guy, but I don't think Jesus wants the responsibility. And
No, he can handle it.
Gregory took that role already, so I don't think.
Right.
People
Jesus.
know Jesus can do some work.
Yeah,
Good thing they had a doctor too.
good thing, right? And an ultrasound machine. Man, that place is set up well, isn't it?
Considering it's just a goddamn museum.
They don't have bullets for their guns, but they've got spears and ultrasound machines.
They've been finding it along these empty roads, okay?
Well, they said they were near a power plant or something, right? So
Yeah.
It all
maybe they
works
found it
out.
all there.
And
in
he
the
was
hospital.
and he is a baby doctor, like a pretty much a pediatrician.
So maybe he knew shit was going down, threw it in his trunk, and he was just traveling
Have
with it the
babies.
whole time.
And
Let's not
this
get
is
weird.
this is a guy straight from the comics also, who I think they did a very good job with delivering or adapting from comics to the show. Great job. I can't wait to see more of him.
It's kind of their specialty.
So he's gonna be a long-time player then, huh?
He'll be around. And he's not going to be like a main player, but
It'd be like the doctor in the other town. Like she's there and you don't care until Daryl
Yeah.
shits all over her. Then you're like, "Fuck you, Daryl! Like just take her cookies and be cool."
instead of roadkill.
Like Daryl is such a
Instead of
Worthless
getting
character.
rabies.
One guy we haven't not mentioned whatsoever, Abraham, who had a large part of this episode, and I felt like they forced it a little because they just kept like, let's have Abraham throw another one-liner out there. They did like at least 5 times where he throws some obscure comments about Bisquick or something crazy.
Oh, that was great. I love that
Bisquick
scene.
was
That
good,
scene
but-
was so good.
The fact that it took Glenn like fucking 5 minutes to realize what he's talking about.
I felt like they didn't tell him the joke in that line, and they just went with it. Like they were just like, "You figure this
Yeah.
out as we'll tell it."
He did
it
have
was
that
so natural.
very awkward peace thing with Sasha in the beginning, which I'm still confused by.
Why are you confused by that? He just loves her.
Yeah, he's in love
Why
with her.
did she throw up the peace sign and he threw it back?
Because it was like an awkward confrontation, right? They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to say goodbye. So peace.
Dude, this show is
Yeah.
filled with awkward fucking scenes.
The
dude.
weird part was he's like, maybe I'll see you around. It's like, Alexandria is really small. You're definitely
Yeah.
going to see her around. Like, why are you acting like you're never going to see each other
And-
again?
Why do you think she switched her shifts?
Because she was creeped out by him, probably.
Yeah, she doesn't even more any weird advances. Abraham.
I don't get why Abraham.
Maybe she doesn't want to be tempted by him.
That's what I was thinking too. The look in her eye at Abraham, at Seamus.
She's afraid of the big red coming at her in the night.
Yeah.
So you
Plus,
guys
he's got a
thinking-
chick. Does he turn into a pimp at the hilltop? Like, does he go there? And
He's a two-lady man in the comic, I believe, too. So that's
Yes.
why they're kind of shoehorning.
And they know about each other?
They find out about each other, yes. Or one
Yeah.
already knew, and then Rosita finds out, and
He's my new favorite character. He's so
shit is
cool.
a fan. But it sounds like Abraham kind of wants to settle down with all the questions about Bisquick.
All right.
This is like the classic, like, let's build a character up to kill him scenario.
Mm-mm.
The Walking Dead always
Well,
does.
it was like when he thought that one guy was a walker, and he was going to stab him, but then he didn't. And then when they were in the RV, he said, "That moment when I thought my life was flashing in front of me," he's like, "I saw her. I saw my wife clear as day, and she was there in front of me." So when that guy was about to kill Abraham, he had the flash. Like, he saw Sasha. It's like,
And how was that guy killing Abraham? Abraham is like much like stronger than that.
Abraham was like, "That's my boo."
There's like a lot of almost chokeout deaths on this show, but I don't know how viable that is. Like someone standing on top of you choking you out. I've never I feel like
Rick
you could
had
get
a
out
knife to his throat this episode, and he still got out of it by just poking up with his own knife.
of that. That was awesome.
Like it's not gritty enough, dude. Because like if someone's choking me, I'm
gonna
not
be-
grabbing their hands. I'm grabbing eye sockets.
Yes.
I'm fish hooking, dude. I'm like going for anything I can.
I'm trying to like bite them. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
get weird. I'm kneeing them in the nuts. Like I'm moving. You gotta have motion.
Yeah.
I've watched enough Ultimate Fighting. You gotta wiggle out of that. You
Get
don't just
gritty.
just succumb to the choke and just go down.
Sasha.
We got a little explanation of the saviors in this episode, and another mention of the name Negan. I don't think we're going to be waiting until the
No
season
way.
finale for Negan. I think we're getting Negan next week or the week
They are
after.
cruising through the comics. We're gonna be caught up by the end of next season, like the way they're cruising.
No.
They're skipping
dude, I
like
think-
a ton of comics, I think.
But
like,
we're probably gonna
year
see this
worth.
battle. Then they're gonna come from the battle and get their asses kicked. Then they're gonna have to like spend 3 episodes reforming a party to go after back at it. Then they're gonna take like 4 more episodes to get in there and do the work. And then finally, like
Something bad will happen, and then
Yeah.
You can go on IMDb right now in Walking Dead episodes. They have a few descriptions in upcoming episodes, and they mention Negan is part of an actual episode.
can't anybody fill that out though?
Yeah.
I don't know.
As long as you have a subscription to the service, you
Yeah,
can
I
type.
think IMDb is known to be
Like a wiki.
unreliable with that.
But also, it could be just like a shadow of him, like if they really want to tease this guy. But
Nah, they're gonna show him. Like
They're just showing from the waist down with like the Muppet Babies, like they did last mid-season with the other guy.
No, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna show him. He's gonna. But it's kind of stupid, right? Like, because teasing him to bring it back next season might be huge. But I guess general people don't know or care who Negan is, right? Like,
at this
I
point,
mean, they're
we're just
building him
like,
up
yeah.
just to be this guy that he'll kill to show a message and everything, and
like
Ew.
the 14.8 million of the people that watch the show don't know or love Negan as much as you and I do. So
No.
it doesn't
And
matter.
at this point, like, because I haven't read the comics, I can kind of relate to that. My expectation is, and I haven't looked into it because I don't want to ruin anything, is that it's going to be like the fucking last dude that they had a big battle with the one eye, and he was like
Governor?
real skinny, governor. Or this Gregory guy. It's just going to be some like dopey dude who thinks he's a badass
Nope.
but has like slaves working for him, and it's just like,
Nope.
meh.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
well, you say nope, but that's what I'm expecting. It's just some no hype.
I still
But
have
there's
some
only hype
questions on
because
how
all
they're
the
gonna.
fucking fans are getting hyped.
I'm confused in that. I'm questioning how they're gonna get away with some of the stuff they're probably gonna have to do for Negan.
They're gonna have to neuter him, but as long
We'll
as he
see how far
has-
they can go.
As long as he
It
has
is
his weapon
cable.
of choice, it'll be good.
It is cable. They can.
All
South
it
Park
is-
says the F bomb.
Yeah.
So like, who cares? Like, I mean, the guy all he does is swear in the comics, so it's gonna be really interesting to see that adaptation. Really interesting.
Well,
But
this
they talked about Dwight in this episode too, didn't they? Or did someone talk about Dwight? Dwight's coming, I feel like.
Who's Dwight?
He's another character.
he's like Negan's.
Number 2. I thought his name was mentioned, but I made a mistake.
Well, we saw Dwight last. Daryl encountered Dwight. his name was Dwight. Well, I don't think they actually called him Dwight.
No, they didn't.
There's many
Wait,
suggestions.
isn't Dwight the guy who shot the kid?
No.
Isn't that when they mentioned him?
Yes.
The guy
Yes.
that came into that town and shot the kid right in front of them?
I thought they did mention Dwight. Yeah, Dwight is like Negan's number 2, and he's really, really important in the comics. And he's awesome.
And we may have already seen him. Possibly.
Potentially. Well, no, because he got blown up.
No. Before that, when Dwight...
Not
Dwight
in the comics.
his-
I thought you were talking about the guy that Daryl hit with the rocket launcher.
No, the guy and girl that Dwight...
In the woods.
That Daryl
Yeah,
encountered in the woods that stole his motorcycle and crossbow.
Oh, there's so much going on.
Doesn't have a crossbow. So what are you guys going to score this episode of The Walking Dead?
Man.
I'll give it a 4. It's all right. It's bad. I'm
4?
giving it
It's
a 4
all right?
based- because the show, dude, seriously, all season long has been really crappy, and it's finally ramped up to the point where I'm interested. And there's like action that I've expected this show to have is actually coming forefront here. So I'm enjoying what I'm seeing so far, man. Take away like some of the stupid dopey shit, but I watch enough shows right now that have a lot of stupid dopey shit. I can handle the stupid dopey stuff, dude. Like the nonsensical stuff, dude. I just like the ass kicking that's going on lately, so I'm in on it. I'm in on a 4. A fan might give it a 2.
Sweeter?
I'm gonna go with a 3. I thought it was a solid episode. It's gonna lead us into a lot of things, but man, I'm just having a hard time getting past Maggie and Glenn. Abraham kept it interesting. Somehow Rick always ends up with blood, and I'm wondering how he always gets that coat so clean. I thought it was a little weird. We didn't even talk about Carl and like Rick's reaction was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sit this one out."
Let's not bring that freak to the hilltop, because
Yeah, he
They
didn't
won't
even
like
say any
things
words
missing
of
an eye.
encouragement. Like, no, don't worry. Like, they won't think that. He's like, yeah, that's.
and I'm surprised
not
Carl was like he's always wanted to go wherever Rick is going, like, and he's so bummed out when he has to stay back, and he didn't.
Right.
Well, because
like,
he
when
knew
he's
everyone
older.
was leaving, and he's like, I'm the fucking man, dude. There's no one else
Yeah,
here.
that's what I was.
Well,
that's the
there's
vibe I got.
Carol,
It's
who
like-
they haven't shown in 3 weeks.
Carol was on last week. She shot that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she killed somebody.
she shot the guy that was
The wolf.
escaping through with the doctor
That was-
girl.
That was 2 weeks ago. But
That was
she's-
the season premiere. They
Yeah.
haven't shown her since then.
Yeah,
This is the 4th
She'll
episode.
be back next week.
No, third.
third one. We got you on a technicality.
It's all right, Tristan. We're always trying to catch you up.
We finally got-
Yeah, that's 2 episodes ago. It was only 30.
Gotcha.
I am gonna give it a 4. Cause
Holy shit!
no, I just think this is doing like a good job. It's like fun to watch again, and like everything's crazy. And I love this Rick where he just kills somebody and he's like, "What?" Like that was like I love Rick when Rick is just like, "Whatever, dude." And he's like, "Maggie, you're gonna be the boss now." He's just telling people what to do. I just love it. But he's not making the big overarching call because he's just like sitting back being Rick, just like he's basically want to be the wild card right now. That's his game.
Right, and it seems like he's trying to groom Maggie to have his old job.
Yeah, he's like, you guys go and like pretend to be the bosses. I'm gonna do crazy shit, and then like you solve it. And then when everything goes south, I'll fix it again. So 4 for me.
I'm going with a 4 as well. This is the best episode I've enjoyed this mid-season so far. Mostly because I'm excited for the hilltop and expanding out, trading between communities, all that stuff I find super interesting. Because they can't just live in their little Alexandria bubble.
You know what I
forever.
thought was weird? The hilltop felt so much smaller in this TV show than it did in the comic. In the
It did.
comic, I remember it being like a 2-page spread, and like, it was just this huge.
It didn't really
giant,
seem
massive
like
area.
Yeah.
the hilltop. It just seemed like a
The small
house
little-
up a road.
Yeah, this house up a road with a picket
Like
fence.
the hilltop is actually on a hill in the comics.
Yes, it
There's
felt
gotta
really
be a
small.
It's
separate
built on a
area.
hill to prevent walkers
Because-
from walking up.
Dude, the way they were pulling those crops out, dude, I didn't see a fucking crop field for miles on that motherfucker, dude. They were hauling out some crops.
Those little ones that they had in those little like bathtubs was feeding like everybody there.
No way, dude. They gotta have something extension on the back end of the fucking hill.
Yeah,
Because that place was tiny as shit. But they did say they only had like 50 people or something.
yeah. So it felt a little bit smaller scale than
A lot of people in
anticipated.
those trailers, I guess. And not living in that really huge house.
No, there are people living in there.
Well, Gregory.
No, every room they said.
Yeah,
Are there?
and even some that weren't rooms.
Does Gregory die soon?
Sad to say, can't say.
Fucking that guy annoys me just listening to his
so.
voice. Ugh.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's gonna go quick, but we only have let's see, how many episodes do we
Like
have left?
5 or 6, I think.
5 episodes left. 5 episodes.
Yeah, there's a ways. It's gonna go faster, right? And
Fear the Walking Dead's back.
dude, they're hyping that up, aren't they?
I wish those small little scenes on the airplane were a little bit longer or better.
I've actually stopped watching them, and I'm just going to wait until they're
That works.
all together online.
Probably easier.
Yeah.
Oh, they got webisodes going down?
Yeah, they're like 60-second webisodes introducing a new character for Fear the Walking Dead next season.
Gotcha.
Really?
It's during the commercial breaks of The Walking Dead, if you ever catch that. Let's get over to Star Wars Rebels, Episode 16, The Honorable Ones. Sooner and I might be the only ones that have watched this. Chad, you watched it too, right?
I did catch it, so I'm all over the place. But I watched it, and it opened with a bang, man. This is probably like one of the most enjoyable openings to the shows that I've seen, and I'm a season in, but it opened awesome, dude. I was excited for it.
Dude,
But then
Chopper was like the biggest action hero.
Chopper was awesome.
Dude, when those two robots were like karate fighting, dude,
Yeah.
with their little hands, and fucking Chopper finally.
For a second, I thought that droid might have been that assassin droid from the comics that we've seen. That's like
yeah.
R2-D2.
If so, he sure got his shit whipped.
Yeah, sure did. Things slow
Maybe
down
it's like
drastically.
his early story before he becomes like this cool assassin droid.
Right.
He learns the skills, dude. He gets handed to him, and now he has to go train.
Yeah, dude, he's so like shamed that he got beat by Chopper, dude. He just goes to a dark world, dude, and just trains relentlessly.
The episode heavily focused on Agent Callus and Zeb, which I don't know. It's kind of weird for me for them to take a character like Agent Callus, who's just a relentless guy that always obeys the Empire, goes after the rebels, kills whoever necessary, and then it's kind of revealed that that might not be the case. That he may have not killed certain people, and he's not that bad of a guy, but he's like guilted into doing whatever the Empire tells him to do. Kind of. I was a little taken back from the whole Agent Callus Zeb bonding part of the episode. I don't know what you guys.
Yeah, I didn't get into it too much, and that's where I was gonna split the show in half, dude. Where it was like really good opening, and then kind of like teeter off a little bit because I don't have extensive knowledge of these dudes. So
I don't know, man. I thought it was a pretty good episode overall because, like, whenever I watch it, Agent Callus always reminds me of Maximus from Gladiator. You know, just beholden to like the belief that the Empire is good, you know, and that it's not corrupt and this big evil thing, and just this fierce warrior. I don't know, man. I thought it was pretty cool to kind of see like a different side to him, being like, oh, I got this weapon because I fought a guard, and you know, he gave it to me as like an appreciation, and then Zeb tells him all about it, and I don't know, man. I thought it was a pretty good episode.
That part was okay. When he let out that squeal, though, I lost a little respect for Agent Callus.
Wait, when did he do that?
He like hurt his leg with something.
Oh yeah,
He screamed out.
What did he say again?
Chad, do it again.
Pretty good.
I do squeal voiceovers in my free time.
Nice.
But then for a second, I thought like that he really fucking was gonna pull the gun on Zeb when he got to the top, you know?
Right. Yeah. It wasn't bad, but I just didn't see it coming, I guess, with what we've seen from Agent Callus, and they've changed him slightly. I'm curious if that's going to play into future episodes. With
it like has me wondering
that.
if he's gonna like quit the Empire, man.
Yeah, maybe he's going to be a rebel at some point.
Because he's like, man, these guys actually are pretty decent. You know, they're not bad people.
So overall, what kind of score are you going to give this episode?
I'm gonna toss a 3 at it.
I'll go with 2. I thought it was pretty good. Wasn't great, but I mean, in the beginning there was quite a bit of action. That was pretty.
Oh,
cool.
it was solid, man.
Loved Chopper, so Zeb was good all around. But Yeah, it was just entertaining.
Yeah. I'm going with the 3 as well. Chopper definitely was a bright spot for me in this episode. I did also look ahead in the episode titles for Star Wars Rebels on IMDb, and it looks like we're going to get the good episodes in a few more weeks, because I think we'll finally get that Ahsoka and Vader battle that we've been waiting for quite some time. As I believe that episode's title, there's a 2-parter episode about the whole apprentice and stuff like that, but we'll be getting some good ones soon, I think. Not a terrible episode this time around, though.
No.
Good 3.
Finally.
And our last show to talk about, we've got episode 6 of Legends of Tomorrow, Star City 2046, 30 years in the future, which I think we need a little bit more episodes like this where it's set in the future instead of the past. It's definitely stronger, at least.
I don't, dude. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. Like that set it's just like watching like something on YouTube that some guy like Chad put together or something. It takes me out of it. It's so terrible.
Man, I might be able to do.
I'm
something
just
about
kidding.
it.
I'm just kidding.
Dude.
I was talking about Sweener. I meant Sweener
Oh, all right.
with his phone.
Hey, Worm. Hey, I'm right here.
Why am I the worm now? I don't.
You got 2 worms. Well, Tristan said he learned it from you. So
Yeah.
I never did the worm. I just lay down.
You are the worm master.
I'm the worm king.
Person is your
The Worm
apprentice.
Jedi.
not to sidetrack the conversation, but I had to do the worm in front of everybody at a Mallards game in a sumo suit, and I rocked it out.
Nice.
It's impressive.
I won.
Obviously. So you guys don't think that like the scale of like these battles on the city and shit looks so terrible that it's hard to watch?
Oh, the battles are terrible, but
Like just like every time they're in like the city street and you can see in the background there's like a fence closing it off or something. I feel like I'm playing a video game where they're taking shortcuts and it's just like this is a fucking TV show and like the buildings on the side just look. Oh my god, I can't watch. I don't know why you guys like this show. The more I watch it, the less I like it. The only cool thing about this was the new Arrow. I liked him a lot. I thought he was pretty cool.
Deagle Jr.,
Yeah,
Connor Hawk.
I thought he was
And we
pretty
got
cool.
one-armed Oliver Queen, which was kind of cool, playing
Right.
into the Frank Miller comics, The Dark Knight Strikes Again, where Green Arrow only had one arm.
The robot arm was alright. It was pretty
Let's
good.
talk about fake beards for a second.
Yeah, let's talk about fake
that-
like aging.
Good.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Um,
It looked awful, dude.
He looked
The
terrible.
second his face popped up, I almost turned it off, dude. I can't.
There
stand
was some talk that they had originally wanted from Avatar. Is it Stephen Lang? Maybe. Stephen Lang sounds about right. Or John? Yeah, Stephen Lang. He's also campaigning to play Cable in the next Deadpool movie. But they originally wanted Stephen Lang to play older Oliver Queen. Instead, they went with makeup and
well,
They went with a
makes
ditty.
sense.
cream, I guess.
Terrible actor.
God.
Which one? Stephen Amell or Stephen Lang?
Stephen Amell. He's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's the
Amell,
worst.
dude.
Like he can't even do old.
Good
He's
luck
like
with
a
that
cheap-
Turtles movie.
Doing an old version of a superhero is like the easiest gig in the world because all you gotta do is be like, and he totally botched it. I don't even know how he did it. Like Hugh Jackman when he's doing his old man Logan thing, I'm gonna be like, he's fucking great, he's amazing. 'Cause you can't screw it up.
Let's not get too far ahead though.
Can't
It is
screw it up.
Wolverine still.
Yeah, it's true, but this was just so bad.
Dude, like my biggest problem with this whole thing was where they were to the future, and then Sarah's like, "Oh, I have to go and save the new Arrow and all that," and like Rip Hunter's like, "Hey, if we go back in time and handle our shit, this is never gonna happen. So the best way to save him is to go back and fix the past." It's just like, I gotta do it. Well, what if one of them gets killed, dude? Then they can't go back and change the... Right?
Yeah,
Well, they just have to go further back.
let's keep breaking the rules. Let's keep breaking the rules. They'll figure it out.
This is probably one of my dude. I'm a big fan of like the cheesiness on this show, but dude, this episode really took me out of it, man.
My
loving-
biggest gripe
The
is
heat
that
wave
they're
and Cole, Captain
Heat-
Cold was kind of rough.
Dude, Heatwave was really rough,
Oh,
dude.
God.
That was the worst I had
Garbage.
seen. Like I'm
oh,
okay
because they
with
gave
how
him
shitty-
something to do in this episode.
Yeah, like
Oh.
the less that guy has, the better.
My biggest
kidding
gripe
me? This is
with
what
this
we
episode,
want.
set in the future, 30 years from now, and not that much has changed. They still have the same vehicles, which drives me crazy.
Yep.
Do something. Some advanced vehicle, some flying
Well, the
car or
city
something.
did go to shit, right? So there's no advancement.
I mean,
in
everything's on
technology.
fire, but they're driving around your regular.
Why is everything on fire at all times? I don't understand it.
The fires that never go out, dude.
Oh my god.
And it's only 30 years, though.
The sparkler arrow is all I want to know. What was that? It was like one of those like 99-cent 4th of July fireworks exploded on the ground and shot these little sparks. It was... I quit. I was like, I'm not finishing this. I stopped.
He was
for
saving
20 minutes. And I
that
was like,
arrow
God
for a
damn it.
while now.
I gotta do this for Tristan. And I went back. And then I think Hawkgirl and Adam flew in or something. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me with this right now. Oh.
I think they kind of wrote themselves into a corner with Cold and Mick as they explored. Captain Cold was like, well, we have to do this because we're heroes now. And Mick was like, no, you convinced me that we can gain a lot of things with going around the future, stealing other things that we had never had access to.
Right.
It's kind of the dynamic is being thrown off a little between those two guys.
Here's what I don't understand about this scenario. Because this is like supposed to be an anthology, right? Like we're never going to see these characters again after this. Potentially, like
Fingers crossed.
it's supposed to be a new cast of characters. So like, why are they trying to do like this redemption tale with these characters? Just let them be these two bad dudes that like to do bad shit.
I think they're just trying to explain like, oh yeah, maybe they can be heroes, even though I don't think that's the right way to go. Just let them be villains.
Let them be bad guys.
Let 'em go.
Like it's so fucking stupid. Like this show is it's fucking.
I don't want 'em to have a heart.
Watch.
Do you think this show helped a little with Oliver Queen showing up?
No,
Oh,
Not at all.
no.
that killed it for me, dude. That was like the fucking.
Well, I
straw
mean,
that broke
it's
the
a
camel's back,
team
dude.
of like B and C rate characters.
It was cool when I saw the new Green Arrow. Then I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And then Oliver Queen's there, and I'm like, oh, cool, that goes out the fucking window.
And then I don't get it. Like, why did Oliver Queen tell him, John, you're embarrassing yourself? Like, what was that whole fucking thing about?
Diggle Jr. You're.
I don't deserve that name.
Deathstroke Jr. was kind of cool. Grant Wilson.
Well, if his fucking
When he first
outfit
showed up,
wasn't so
when
goddamn terrible.
When he first showed up, and then he like started talking, then that's when it went out the window.
What do you give his costume, Chad? You're a king of costumes.
Dude,
like,
I was actually gonna bring that up in just a moment.
it's really
dude.
bad.
Can TV shows not create helmets? Like, is it really
Worst
that
helmet I've
fucking
ever
hard
seen in my entire life.
to make a helmet, dude? I could probably take a fucking bucket from underneath the sink and put it on my head, and it's gonna look a little bit cooler than these,
It was
dude.
so weird. I saw cooler shit at PAX.
Diggle's helmet, dude, and then this fucking helmet. I am done with anything Arrow related, dude. They fuck
Hawkgirl's
everything
helmet?
up, dude. Oh, dude, fuck off.
Adam's
yeah,
helmet?
Hawkgirl's- all of the crap, dude.
CW's
Keep
really
naming
bad at
helmets,
helmet
dude.
design.
Junk.
Like, I don't like to get down to the nitty gritty and pick on like shows for like these things, but it's just so distracting in this show. Like it just weighs me down. Like I'm just watching it and I'm just.
It
like,
takes over the whole fucking scene.
I'm like,
You're just
why
like-
is this so bad? It's like I'm watching like someone made a Street Fighter vs Mortal Kombat video on YouTube, and you're watching it, you're like, okay, this is cool because like some dude made it, but this is real.
The reason is because there's no attachment from the neck to the helmet. So when you
Yes.
see the helmet, there's this like gap of like nothingness, and it just looks silly because like when
Interesting.
you look at football players, they got the pads, so the helmets don't look as.
Should they wear like a
bad.
turtleneck or something?
Well, no, they just need to give the
Dicky.
guy a suit. Why would he fucking get a helmet if he doesn't have body armor or a big suit on? There's no point for the helmet then,
That is
dude.
entirely true.
Well,
It's
Like
just
Will
this-
Smith has a cool helmet in the new Suicide Squad movie because it like connects and he's got like this jacket thing and it all is like one piece.
Got
It
This
some,
looks
Deathstroke
badass.
had body armor though. He had like the bulked up armor.
it was they missed the mark on it. The armor was jacked up.
One.
Yeah.
You both are giving it one? So we don't
No,
really give
whoa,
it-
The
dude,
outfit.
what
I'm
are
giving the
you
outfit a one.
Okay,
Alright.
Outfit's
episode
a
then. Episode. What are you guys grading it?
Dang.
Oh my god,
Not
I'm gonna give it
once.
a 2. It wasn't the worst. Like I was interested in the new Green Arrow, and the love story was like the most god awful thing I had to sit.
Oh yeah,
through.
we didn't even touch on that with
Let's
the whole
not. Wait, let's
No,
not.
no.
Jefferson, Kendra, Ray
Right.
Palmer.
The only
love
thing, if the
triangle.
whole entire thing was to have the spaceship make the one-liner joke at the end and then get cut off, then maybe it was worth the payoff. But it was just, I'm giving it a 2. This episode didn't have a 2.
Oh, dude, I am like really close to a 2 as well, man. It's really hard, and I'm a big advocate of this show.
So
but
give
dude,
me
if you're
two.
coming in, this is the show to knock it off, dude. I'm throwing a 2 at it as well. This show just
The show's garbage. I don't know why you
it
guys
bombed
like
on
this
so
show.
many levels, dude, in the wrong way. And I think a lot of it had to do with Arrow, like the old Arrow, and like just those conversations. They fucked up Heat Wave really bad, dude. The love triangle was useless and pointless and dumb, dude. And I don't want to hear about like their emotions, how they can feel each other's emotions and stuff, dude. Ugh.
I just want superheroes beating shit up
Yeah.
and giving fun one-liners.
Yeah, fun ones, not like, "Ugh, this is everything we want."
It's getting chilly in here.
That he's just gonna knock that dude out, no problem. Take his thing and his woman and be like, "Bitch, let's go."
I did like
Get
his
on the
coat,
four
dude.
wheeler.
His coat was pretty great.
I did like it, dude. I did Google one to see if I could buy one, but couldn't
Yeah,
find
sure
it.
you did. That's funny.
I guess I'm gonna continue the 2 train. I didn't think it was a horrible episode. I like Chad like this show, because it is just kind of corny and quacky and kind of just generally stupid. But
I don't think it's trying to be though. That's where
I don't care.
This show plays off a lot like Arrow does. Like,
It's
if
starting.
you watch
to.
Arrow, this is kind of just like Arrow with what they
the
try
first
to
season
do.
of Arrow was kind of cool. I watched that.
I'm talking now Arrow, like
Yeah,
season
okay.
4 or whatever.
Okay.
9 seasons later.
I'm giving. I was surprised
5.
you guys all gave it a 2 because I was going to give it a 2 as well.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, I was really excited for this futuristic episode. I think
Yeah.
the best part of the episode is that it was in the future, but then it lost a lot of points. Where that could you really tell it was even in the future? Probably not.
No, it was no. You could not
Is that
tell.
really 30 years from now? I didn't see a big difference.
Looks like a
besides-
California drought.
Exactly.
Yeah, it looked like a studio set today. It was terrible.
And this is one of those things that I was really excited about for this series. They're traveling around time. Do something extravagant, explaining like, okay, this is 2046. Do something crazy.
Dude, how did Sliders do it better 20 years ago?
I don't know.
That doesn't
It's
make any
amazing.
sense. They need to get
was
Jerry
amazing.
O'Connell on the phone.
They had
Yep.
better sets on that show. It was
Oh,
Fox. Maybe
Much
that's why.
better. Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, let's jump in. We got a couple of news stories to talk about. We got this part 2 of season 2 trailer for Daredevil. And I don't think there's going to be a single dull moment in this second season. There's a
Yes,
lot
there
going
will
on.
be, dude. Every
No,
interaction
no
with
dull
that
moments.
katana chick or whatever.
Oh, I
Elektra?
actually thought she looked pretty cool.
I liked Elektra.
Not excited for the Elektra stuff, dude. I feel like it's gonna be too like, I don't know, hokey and conversationally. Their battle was
Too much sexual tension.
dude. Totally.
I
Too
think
much
it's going to
love.
be very action-packed. I think it's going to be a lot like season 1, but they're throwing a ton of characters, and it's not just about one character like Wilson Fisk. They're throwing a lot of characters, and it'll be interesting to see how the show can incorporate all those storylines going on at the same time.
I think it'll be fine because they were running out of stuff to do last season. They need more stuff. Like Jessica Jones proved, having one thing happening at once is not the way to go in these shows.
Right.
No.
Have a
Give us
bunch
a
of
lot.
cool big bad guys and great shit happening. This looked awesome to me.
Might see a rise of the sale of Punisher t-shirts after the season.
Oh yeah, Punisher t-shirts through the roof, dude. I already ordered
Those
one.
things
I
sell
ordered a
solid
coffee mug.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, Punisher's never gone out of style.
Dime
Just
a dozen, dude.
a few more weeks until we do get the second season of Daredevil, and I'm excited.
I am too, especially after Jessica Jones. I can't wait to have a real Marvel show again.
Well, another Marvel Netflix show, Iron Fist, finally found their Iron Fist, and it's going to be Finn Jones from Game of Thrones. I didn't talk about it at all in my little story on the site, as I'm just excited for Iron Fist to finally come about. But there's a big push on the internet to get an Asian actor linked to this character for some reason, even though the character isn't Asian
Yeah,
whatsoever.
This is like this odd, weird reverse racism thing.
Yeah, it's very strange because as the character Iron Fist, and his origin story is a white guy being planted in a Asian area growing up, and he's like the odd man out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his origin
It's a
story.
cool story.
being
It's a cool
white.
fish
Is
out
Is
of
it
water.
because they couldn't get RZA to come back and play the
Yeah,
Iron Fist role, or
probably.
Maybe.
Probably.
But
they
I
haven't
think
gotten there?
It was a great movie.
I don't know why people got all crazy about that though. I think it's gonna be okay.
I think it's fine too. That doesn't make any sense. Like if it follows the comic, go
I
with it.
understand the comic books are going so
Politically correct.
yeah, they're female Thor, Asian Hulk, and
No
all
one
kinds
wants
of
to
stuff.
offend anybody, and they're trying to be as diverse as
Right.
possible. But this is like a cool,
But this is the first time adaptation of this character in a live action thing. Like,
and it's
let-
ultimately diverse. It took like this random white dude and threw him like in this crazy Asian force, and he just doesn't know anything about it, right? Like it's the same story. It's cool.
definitely.
Yeah, I like it.
Hopefully, we can get Iron Fist in 2017 because they're doing the 2 shows a year. I'm assuming. Well, we are getting Luke.
We're gonna
Cage
get him
later
in
16.
He's gonna be teased in Daredevil, though.
I would
It seems
imagine.
like,
yeah.
like we might even. Get a
I'm
little
gonna
glimpse
guess
of him.
in Luke Cage also because him and Luke Cage are like good friends in the comic books. and
Not looking
whatnot.
forward to the Luke Cage
Cage
show.
stuff, but Sweeney loves Luke Cage, right?
I do.
I don't get it.
Forward to the show, yeah.
He only likes Luke Cage because he gets those jeans off of Jessica Jones, and he doesn't have to see her in those jeans.
So you guys hoping for? Let's see, we've got Daredevil this month, and then 6 months from now we should get Luke Cage, and then next year Jessica Jones second season, or
Yeah,
do you want
Jessica
that
Jones.
push,
I want that canceled, but we're gonna get
Yeah,
it.
can we get that canceled?
or would you want Iron Fist and then Defenders and then Jessica Jones and then whatever?
I want
second
Iron
season?
Fist because I want to start seeing this magic stuff. We got the magic movie coming out with Benedict
Doctor
Cumberbatch. Yeah, it's like I want to start seeing that stuff. So yeah,
And Iron Fist is gonna be in Daredevil season 2 or no?
no one's sad, but
Even in the first season, there's been teases of his character because that Asian lady has talked about like the mystic arts, and she goes off in another realm and whatnot when she goes off hiding. So it could be linked.
We'll
They
see.
probably will because if they want to push the show, dude. And plus, does this guy ever have like a scene in the comics where he's not wearing that mask?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I was trying to find him without a mask to see how Asian he looked, but I couldn't find anything.
He's white. He's white and has blonde hair.
Okay.
Blue eyes too.
You might.
he's Swedish.
Swedish perfection.
All right.
Just
Well,
like
that's all we've got this week for Adapted. But we've got a ton of stuff going on. AllertonAv.com this week. We got random 30s for you on the site and also our YouTube channel, AllertonAv Live. Every Tuesday we play a little bit of something together. This past week was Rainbow Six Siege, which you don't want to miss. You can catch it on Twitch. And are we playing Rainbow Six next week also? Is that the plan?
Probably
Something else.
We're
Yeah?
probably going to. It's
Okay.
like the game I want to play. We'll be streaming some of the Division. Chad's gonna be reviewing the Division every half hour. He's gonna give it a review score
Every
for
hour.
the first
we
weekend.
decide.
Oh,
Pretty
every
cool.
hour for the entire first weekend, he'll have a review
For the
score.
first
for that.
24 hours, there'll be 24 review scores.
We'll have 24 reviews for the Division. It's gonna be amazing.
If you want to know more about it, it's on the Block Party.
If you haven't already seen us on the Block Party, which is if you're watching live on YouTube every Wednesday evening, we're on YouTube, right? Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah, you too.
Block Party this week. Don't miss Block Party where we're talking everything in video games for the week. What do we have going on for Block Party this week, Chad?
Oh, dude, we give you the Division breakdown, man. Let you know about that. Some awesome indie games, slashy souls that you should never check out, dude. And I'll tell you why.
The Death of Terra.
And the
Online.
Death of Terra, dude.
Terra
And if you
Online.
don't know what Terra is, it's Amy's favorite game was ever, and she'll explain why.
And Baby Chickens.
Jason played a little Far Cry Primal, which I think people will probably want to tune to the Block Party just to hear about
Yeah,
it.
I give some pretty in-depth analysis of that game. You
And
can-
about the beaver.
Some animal breakdown.
yeah, the honey badger. You can ride a bear.
Honey,
You could
dude,
shoot
I
an
love
arrow
how
with 2
Swedish
bows.
Eyes like, honey badger.
Honey Badger.
It's
I'm in.
it's a pretty awesome game, I have to say.
I guess my problem with it is having just gotten done with Far Cry 4 and it just took so long.
Yeah, I don't want to play this. It's Far Cry. It's Far Cry where you can ride a tiger.
It'll be like
Yeah,
you never
Or a
ended.
tigre, as they say.
It's like, do I want to embark in Far Cry Primal or just keep going on? With
You run around with a honey badger sickening on people.
You love it.
Honey Badger don't give a fuck.
We've also got Comic Book Tuesday breaking down all the hot comics for the week. I've got 4 selections right here. We've got Walking Dead, got a little Vader, Old Man Logan, and Uncanny Avengers, which I want to say I accidentally bought this issue twice this week, which is a giant mistake.
That's
on
like
my
a thing
part.
you do. It's
I
no,
was
no one's
just gonna-
surprised, Tristan. You buy things twice. How's that second copy of Mario Party treating you?
Great. Still in its box. But yeah, awesome week on the site. Don't want to miss out. And you will join us next week for episode 66 of Adapted.
Oh, shit.
We've got Agents of Shield back next week. Could be interesting how things return for that show.
Yeah, we'll see.
Another 3-month hiatus that we definitely forgot all
You
about.
better give me a recap.
We didn't need that recap.
When I was hunting through Netflix, dude, did anybody else notice that the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon Sword of Destiny is out?
I started
Oh, is that
watching.
out now?
I did, and I was wondering if you watched that.
I watched it. Awesome.
Really?
It starts off
Not
really
as
good.
good as the first one, but I mean, where are you gonna go out without Liu Bang?
It's probably not better than Fuller House, though. Renewed for a second season.
I don't know. If that's a bet you want to make, my friend.
We'll throw some reviews on the site next week.
Wait, are we going to review Fuller House? I think we should.
We could.
No.
Yeah,
We'll have a special
I won't.
podcast
Fuck
on it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We're not going to do
All right.
any of that.
No, not at all. Well, join us next week on Adapted, episode 66, and alternative.com all week long. My name is Tristan. We've got Sweener, Jason, and Chad. We'll see you guys next week.
Tigre, tigre, tigre.
I'm Chopper.